So this was my setup last night and how I was sleeping. This is a new product that we have not released yet, but here's a little teaser of a prototype that we've been using. As you can see, it's a sleeping bag, but we've also modified it to be able to be used on a hammock. Probably got down to about 50 degrees last night. Slept really warm and nice in that, and it's time to start day 2. This over here is Cleopatra's chair. That's what we walked around yesterday. Looks super, super cool from here. Just sheer walls all the way around it. But we are on the trail right now, headed out 22 miles to check out Horseshoe Canyon and some really cool petroglyphs there. Some of the oldest petroglyphs in the world. So we're just coming out this sandy road. It's got a lot of really intense terrain, but we'll show you the petroglyphs when we get there. Well, we've made it up here above Horseshoe Canyon, and the trail takes you right out here to a peak, and we have to drop straight off this edge to go down and see those petroglyphs. Yeah, I am not sure how we're getting off of this ledge. Ooh, buddy. Yeah, there's the trail. Holy crap. Found some wild donkeys down here. Just made it all the way down these cliff faces to the bottom. Really wishing I could ride one of those guys back up to my motorcycle. 800 feet is a long ways down a canyon. So we made it down to the bottom of this canyon, and we made it to the Great Wall, or the Great Gallery. It's where we've got a bunch of pictographs. They're 2,000 years old, but they're just mind-boggling. They're huge. So if I stand back here, you'll be able to see kind of a little bit more perspective of how big they are. Some of them are over 6 feet tall. Super interesting though to try to figure out what they're trying to tell you through these pictures and what they're saying. Some of them are just shapes and outlines, kind of shadows of people, while other ones have horns and animals on them and staffs and colored robes and things like that. But really intense place to live. There is a little bit of water down here, which is probably why they lived here. Again, looking at these pictures, just super interesting to try to figure out what these people were thinking with and what story they're trying to tell with these pictures. But we had to drop about 800 feet in elevation to get down here. It's about 1.5 miles, so we've got an extremely steep climb out of here, but definitely worth it to see these. So this is my setup for overnight camping on the dual sport bike. I've got a backpack and then a couple panniers with some of my gear. Since we're going in so far, 40 miles, we do have a lot of extra water. From what we've been able to scout from Panoramic Point and a few places, we're definitely going into the roughest part of the maze. We have to drop down a trail called Flint Trail, and that seems to be where most people have any accidents and whatnot in Jeeps. So it should be pretty rugged and pretty fun. And then we'll kind of end camping just above the Colorado River, which should be really cool, down in the middle of the maze of all the fingers of canyons. So pretty stoked. We're gonna roll out here and head down to our camping spot. We made it off the switchbacks on Flint Trail, and now we're headed down to the maze. Well, we've been riding for many hours now, and we're finally getting close to camp. Still not there. These roads are crazy. Really slowed us down the last few miles, but really like the last 10 miles have been pretty bad. But We're starting to get to some of the cool stuff. Look at that. So that's called Standing Rock, and it is literally out in the middle of nowhere, standing here. Well guys, what a day it has been. Logged another 80 miles on the bikes and made it to our camp here, which is super, super cool. Right up here, you can actually see where there's a little window in that huge old rock. Right down here, we've got the Colorado River, and we're just watching the sunset. We've got the new Outdoor Vitals tent set up with a new sleeping pad prototype. Things are moving along really well with the sleeping pad. We are almost there. We should be able to kind of know a date when they're going to be available finally here soon. I'm also sleeping on a new synthetic sleeping bag, which is going to be, it's a different kind of synthetic than normal, which actually gives it a lot more heat and compressibility. So pretty excited about that for a synthetic bag. It should be really cool. But again, just another day of paradise out here, making you feel small and putting the world in perspective. Well, we survived the night quite comfortably, actually. I was just going to show you my setup. So we slept here in the Dominion 2. It was too dang hot to have a rain fly on, and there was no rain out here. So what I slept in was the new synthetic bag. It was way too hot. I bet it only got down to about 60 degrees. This is a 20-degree bag. So I basically had it unzipped all the way and it was on and off me. But overall, super cool to see how much that lofted up, even though that particular insulation isn't supposed to loft up. I think this bag is gonna be a very, very good 20-degree bag. As you can see, it's pretty compressible. Well, it's really compressible for a synthetic. I could compress it a little bit more than this. And then it comes in at somewhere just about 3 pounds. So pretty cool for a synthetic bag. This right here is my sleeping pad. So I've got the sleeping pad all wrapped up, and inside of that, this is the pump sack that we're gonna be using. And again, we should have a date on those pretty soon. Pretty excited about that. And then of course our stretch fabric pillow, which was really comfortable as well. Overall, way, way good night. I was super tired, so that might have attributed to it, but the pad was really comfortable. Hips never hit the ground or anything like that. And overall, just a solid night. So we're gonna come back over here now, go hop on a trail and get to a place where we should be able to see the Colorado River, which should be really cool. And then we're gonna start our long day out of here. Well, I say long. On a motorcycle, it's about 3 to 4 hours. In a car, it's about a 10-hour day, but still pretty brutal to navigate, but should be a good time. Not quite as refreshing to look at it as it is to swim in it, I'm sure, but I don't think we want to climb down the other, probably 1,000 feet of elevation to get down to it. But rafters will drop in at Moab and come down it, and it's a really, really cool river to raft. There are quite a few rapids above and below this point where we're looking at it. Then this obviously flows into Lake Powell. Other cool things about this river is it actually generates tons and tons of electricity for California and Nevada. A lot of the drinking water that you drink in Vegas actually comes out of that brown murky stuff down there that the rafters might be kind of the lifeblood of the Southwest down here, and also creates a lot of fun opportunities for outdoorsmen. Woo! Just rolled over 200 miles on the bikes, going through this country right here. We were just down on this road, going through all of that. Extremely pretty, extremely rough. I don't know how, but we're gonna go right up that cliff face again on the Flint Trail. Well, we've made it back to the truck. We're all locked and loaded. Had a bit of a shower. Only 50 miles to a paved road now. Well guys, thanks for tuning in to the vlog this week. It was definitely an adventure.
Good time out testing different gear. Got to test the pad, the tent, as well as a new sleeping bag, which was really awesome. It's also fun to share with you guys some of the different ways that I've grown up experiencing the outdoors, which maybe is different than some of the ways that you guys have experienced the outdoors, and just to kind of show you how some of our gear can be applied in different ways than the standard hiking, even though that is the bulk of what we're building our gear for. Also hope that this inspires you guys to get out this summer and make some memories out there doing some of the things on your bucket list. It's definitely important to pick 1 or 2 trips every summer and make sure that they happen regardless of what's going on in your life. Life definitely goes too quick to not cross off some of those things on your bucket list and some of those memories you want to make with your loved ones. So make sure you're out there enjoying the summer, and we'll see you on the next vlog.